Okay, I'm here at part two with my pineapple orange poke cake. Please see part one in the description for all ingredients and instructions. Okay, now this part is the part where we use the Cool Whip and the orange jello. I've got a fork here and I've already heated up water in my sink. Our sink water gets really hot and you don't really need boiling water for your orange jello because it's gonna congeal in here anyway. I'm gonna take my fork and I just want to poke. You don't want to go all the way through. You want to poke a bunch of holes in it. You don't want to go to the bottom. You want the gelatin to stay sort of centered in the cake and not run through the bottom. And if you tear it, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You're gonna cover it all up and it's all gonna congeal, back together. All right. I put my cake actually in the freezer so I could finish part two a little quicker. Okay. And when we get through with this part, you just put it in the refrigerator. I would let it sit at least 5 or 6 hours. Overnight would be better, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. You just want to make sure there's lots of holes in it. You can use a skewer. I just choose to use a fork because it makes lots of little holes at one time. Okay? Okay. I'm mixing up my jello. I'll be right back. And 6 ounce makes 2 cups. This is a 2 cup holder. Okay. I'm going to stir it till it's congealed, till it's all combined good. Sorry. I was doing 100 other things and wanted to finish this up. This is a really good cake. Now the orange and the pineapple go together better, but you can choose any flavor of jello that you like. Now, you just want to slowly, I start in the middle, and you just keep pouring. Let me change hands so you can see me pouring it. You want to pour it extremely slow. You want it to run down in all those holes. It's really a delicious cake. And if some runs over the side, don't worry about it. This is what usually takes the longest for it to seep down in the holes. There's a crumb. Usually takes it a couple of minutes. Let me get my fork back. See if we can sort of speed it up a little bit. I think I can pour a little more right there. It's kind of dry. And you'll be able to tell that it's sort of pool on the top, around the edges. If you just watch it, it will all slowly go in. I think I've just about filled it to the max. Yep, I think I've just about filled it all the way up. Kind of hoping I could get this in a part 2. But it may end up being a part 3, but let's see. Only have about that much left. It's just a swig. I think I'm going to leave it at that because it's pretty moist, but there's a couple of spots. And it will absorb all of that like a sponge. You're going to be really amazed. It's really a good cake. There we go. It's starting to go down in the holes now. Then it goes, I had this in the freezer like I told you, sort of speed it up a little bit. Now whenever you get it, the Cool Whip on top, you put it in the refrigerator, uncovered. Don't cover it because you want that, the Jello to congeal right. And you want that cake to soak all of that orange gelatin up, just like a sponge. And it pretty much has. I'm going to try to get the rest in there. I think that might be it. I hate to leave some in there, but I don't want it to be just horrible like that. But this is really delicious. Did get it. Now we just got to wait a couple of minutes. Let me fill this up so it won't be too hard to clean. Okay. And just keep patting it and eventually will all absorb. Okay, I think we can get our Cool Whip on there now. Now, the amount of Cool Whip you put on determines you. And then you use the back of your spoon and you want to dollop it like that. And you want to make sure your cake is completely cool. And it could have soaked in a little bit more, but I didn't want to make a part 3 because it would have been so drawn out. And you can come back later and spread it more. Okay. And as I said, it does better overnight. If you leave it overnight, all of that gelatin, then you come back in the morning and clean your edges up a little bit. It will all soak in and the cake will be just cake and Jello. It's really delicious. Here we go. Now let's just kind of touch it up and make it pretty. And it didn't take quite, just a little bit left in there. And you can come back tomorrow or late this evening and you can touch it up and make it prettier. Like the edges. All right. And it is completely done. As I said, it needs to stay in the refrigerator like that for at least 5 or 6 hours. And I told you overnight would be much better, and it would be perfect tomorrow. Just slice it in squares and get a spatula. Don't try to pick it up without a spatula and get it out. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.